The second section for 10:30 this evening. We'll start off with Alex Crook.
Hi, Ralph.
Hello.
I'm just interested to get your mindset when you go up against a manager who you know is going through a difficult time. Can you afford in any way to feel sorry for your opponent in those circumstances?
You mean the last game or this game?
Yeah. This game.
Okay. No.
Well, both, I suppose, in some ways.
I mean, we're all colleagues, and we know that in football everything is possible. And we also had not long ago a situation like this, where I think the last game when I was going there was the same situation for me. You can turn things around very quickly, and they can also immediately turn in the other direction very quickly. Normally, as nobody is safe that something can happen. But everybody knows this in this business, and then you don't have to be. You don't have to be. What did you say? What
sympathetic.
Sorry, sympathetic about him, because everybody knows this is the job we have to have. Yeah, it's a difficult job. We go through these terms in every career of every manager. Some have it more often, some have it less. But in the end, you must know what you have to do then. And I think Mikel is a young manager, but an experienced assistant coach from Pep. And I think he also saw there that it's not always successful. He had also some situations where it's maybe not perfect. And then you must turn things around. He can sure do it, hopefully after Wednesday. And then he can again find back the winning track.
There was a tongue-in-cheek tweet from Alex McCarthy after the game saying that he enjoyed watching you because obviously he didn't have a save to make. Do you enjoy watching your team at this moment? Because you're someone who gets very involved in games on the sidelines. Do you get a chance to take a step back and appreciate the football that you're playing at the moment?
During the game, not really, to be honest, because the pressure is so much on me. I see when I see my face and I think, oh my God, you are really stressed at that moment. It's really scaring sometimes when you see yourself standing outside there, and it can be maybe a little bit relaxed sometimes, I think. But no, you're so in the game and you're so concentrated and focused on what you want to coach from outside, and then you don't really have a time to enjoy what they're playing. But after the game, when you see it again, then it's fantastic to watch, because you see so many things you were demanding before in the game meeting, in the match plan meeting, and then you think, oh, the guys are really listening. They really enjoy what we tell them, and we gave them the right advices, the right messages, and then you enjoy it. Yes, but during the game, it's more stress. Yes.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thanks.
To Dan Rose at the Echo.
Hi, Ralph.
Hello.
I just wanted to touch on obviously the depth of the squad that you've got at the minute with everyone back fit, and it's obviously a boost that everyone's back fit and available you've got now. Obviously, yesterday there was no Shane Long on the bench. Does that just show the amount of options and the amount of talent that you've got available at the moment?
I mean, it's always good when a team is successful, then the first 11 looks better, and then automatically there are some players on the bench they normally want to play or should play, and then they don't step in immediately, and that looks then the bench better, and then you have more options when you look around and look behind you, and you see, oh, no problem, I can also make now a sub in the 60 minutes, because we have lots of quality outside. We have young lads like Nathan Redmond has got 4 goals in the second team on the weekend. I really am happy when I see this, because he's also a young lad we want to force, and it's difficult in the moment to find a spot for everybody in the team. They deserve all to play. I think they all are working hard during the week, but I only can take 11 players, and that's how it should be. Everybody's pushing hard. The quality of the training is good, and that means that we are getting better. They cause us so much issues in the session sometimes, that with the ball it's more difficult to play in a session than in a game, and this is something that definitely helps us to develop our game. That's right.
You talk about the young players there, but obviously Shane's probably on the flip side. I think he's 33 now. I think he's 34 next month. I mean, how much is he still champing at the bit to try and break into this team and compete with these young lads?
Oh, Shane, yeah. I mean, there was a reason why we signed another contract with Shane, because he is always a guy we can take and we can use as a sub, or from the beginning. He gives everything for the team and for the club, and even if he's not playing or not in the squad, I mean, he's always positive, and he always tries to support the others. And this is, for every player comes the moment when he gets older that he's more on the bench. And I had the same situation. I was playing until I was 37 years. And I know that the last 3-4 years I was more a sub, but a good sub, because I was always scoring and always positive and tried to push the team, because I knew I have maybe power for 30 minutes, for 40. I must say he's still very fit. He can still play 90 minutes without a problem. But even as a sub, I think he's important for our team, yes.
Okay.
Thanks, Ralph.
To Ben Stanfield.
Hi, Ralph.
Hello.
I know you were talking just there about expected goals and sort of Saints attacking, threatening around the penalty area. There was an interesting stat going around after the game yesterday that in 2020, only 3 players in the Premier League have scored 4 or more goals from outside the box. And they're all Saints players: Stuart Armstrong, Danny Ings and James Ward-Prowse. I just wondered if that was something that you kind of encouraged the team to do, because I think I even remember Oriol having a shot with his left foot from about 25 yards yesterday to shoot when they get the opportunity, or whether it's just, you know, as you said earlier, everyone's keen to play at the moment. Everyone's got that confidence. So is that sort of where the shooting's coming from?
No, I think when opponents are sitting a little bit deeper and the back 5 or back 4 is dropping very quick, then you don't need to go in behind, because then you have a good chance around the box also to score. And you see there are so often deflected shots. I think Stewie, I remember the goal against Leicester away last season was also a deflected shot with the left foot. And when you don't shoot, then you can't score a goal. So you have to. And sometimes I don't like the shoots where you don't have any chance to score, but very often it's a half chance. I mean, you have a half chance to score and you shoot on the goal and it's a little bit deflected. It's tough for every goalkeeper. And yes, and then maybe it's not a coincidence that we score more from outside the box than any other team. And we have with Prowse definitely one of the best free kick in the league, or maybe in the world. So it's we don't have that many free kicks for this quality he has, to be honest. We don't have enough fouls around the box if you want, but we don't also not looking for this moments, because we don't want to go down. We want to score from the game, and we have good chances also in the last game to do it. But yeah, bring the players there more often. This is the key.
And just the win against Sheffield United was your 16th win out of 30 games since 2020 started. You've obviously had lots of success through your career with clubs and things like that. I just wondered, heading into the Arsenal game, how the atmosphere in the squad compares with some of the other clubs that you've worked with over your career?
Yeah, I mean, I know this situation. I mean, now with this team, you can feel it, the atmosphere, the positive belief. But I must say that the interesting thing in this sport is that when you go in the dining room and see them moving around the salt and the pepper and speaking about the shape or something like that, this is something new for me also. They are really focused on what we're doing here. Very good mentality in this squad in a moment. They enjoy it, because I think we all went through a very difficult time together where it didn't work. We changed really the mentality now completely in the club. We don't want to be the relegating team anymore. And this was our biggest goal, to come away from this one-time winning and then again falling back in old behaviors and making us smaller than we are. We want to achieve more for what we invest. And therefore we had to develop every part of our game. And because we did it together, and because everybody or every player had a moment where he was sitting outside and watching, they are now much more part of this group, I think, and more committed, because they all have been once in the same situation, that we are out the team. So we have very good commitment now. And the squad is a good size, not too big. Everybody is important for the team. We tell them this, they know this, and they feel it hopefully also. And then it can grow something. And this situation where you have the feeling there's something growing, I spoke about that before the season. In this situation, I have been, nearly every time in every club I have been so far, yes.
Thanks, Ralph. Good luck for Wednesday.
Thanks a lot.
Go to Dan Sheldon.
Thank you, Jordan. Good afternoon, Ralph. I hope you're well. We're obviously going to have a lot of fixtures coming up in quick succession now. I think there's 4 until the start of 2021, and then obviously Liverpool on the 2nd of January. So that's 5 very quickly. How much thought have you given to squad rotation?
Yes, this is always difficult. I mean, we have definitely few alternatives. They are fresh and could maybe immediately also step in on Wednesday. To find the right moment to do it is I think the crucial thing. Yeah? And as you said, the next 5 games are all very tough, coming up very shortly. And this is a challenge for me as a manager, for us all to find the right players to help us. The players will never tell you that they are tired or something like that. So you have to take the decision. And, you know, we have an intense way of playing football. We showed also that we can play 3 games or 2 games in 4 days or in 3 days. But now we have 3 days and 3 days. So this is maybe on next Saturday, then definitely a moment to bring somebody new, or on Wednesday. I don't know.
And given the intensity your team plays at, which positions, if you were to rotate, are you kind of highlighting that, we need to freshen up here? Is it mainly the attacking end of the pitch, the engine room with Prowse and Romeu, or, or the defence?
Yeah, especially these 2 guys, I think they never need a rest. So, although we have also a very good alternative with Iber there, but the attacking part is the most intense one. Normally they must sprint the most, they must cover long distances, sprint distances normally. So that it makes the most sense, I think, to think about fresh players.
Thank you, Ralph. Good luck for Wednesday.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, we'll go to Damien at PA. Damien?
Hi, sorry. Hi, Ralph.
Hello.
Hi. Ralph, can I just ask, I think you're 15 points ahead of where you were at the same stage last season. Firstly, could you have expected that? And are you having to reassess your targets for the season as a result?
No. So I have not expected that. Definitely not. I haven't expected that we are again in the relegation battle this season, but that we are that high, you couldn't expect. So the threat of the Champions League spots, we can stand this, yes. So it's a different threat, But the second question was about
your targets.
I know, and thank you. And I also don't change my targets. They are not always based on positions in the table. Normally, more on the game we want to play. And I want to see development. I want to see development every week, and where it ends up, I don't know, to be honest. We have now the battle against the big ones. I told you that we didn't take so many points this season against them. Last season we took more against them. So we must find a good balance now from the way we play now to still be able to take points against them. So this is the challenge now for the next 2 games, and then let's have a look. So the next 5 fixtures, just heard about the quality of the opponents we have. Let's go there.
Sure. And can I just ask you, your attacking players have received a lot of praise in recent weeks, and rightly so. But how important has Oriol Romeu been to you, the way your team has played and how well you've done so far?
Nice. And somebody asked me about him once, because he's the engine, you said, or he and Prowse together, a couple in the center. You as a manager always like to have or want to have, because absolutely unbelievable professional player with the ball, getting better, getting fitter all the time, is the maybe best time of his career so far, I think. With Prowse together, they know each other very well. They are good friends, and they give us a core of our game that is definitely very important for us, yes.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, we'll go to Rob at Hampshire Live.
Hi, Ralph. You spoke earlier about Nathan Tella. How impressed have you been? Obviously, the 4 goals sort of take the headlines on the weekend, but how impressed have you been in training with him?
Yes, I mean, we didn't extend his contract because we are not convinced about him. So we are very convinced what he does here, and we were a little bit thinking about what's the best position for him. It seems more and more that he's feels more confident on the 9 than on the 10. So let's push him there hard and get the best out of him. And then, yeah, I'm sure we will have a lot of fun with him.
Okay,
That's it.
we'll go to Darren Lewis.
Hi, Ralph.
Hello.
The first question is, a few managers have been saying this morning that football should be made exempt from the coronavirus tiers. I'm sure you'll all be aware of how it works. With the prospect of the fans being shut out, is this a case of maybe people's health being more important than football, or do you agree that football should be made exempt from the restrictions?
What are we exempt from? From what restrictions?
So the restrictions are certain tiers that are brought in that prevent fans from being allowed to go to stadiums because the infection rates are rising across the country depending on where you live.
Darren, just to clarify, are you saying should we still, even if we're in tier 3, should we still be allowed to have fans come in?
Yeah, Frank Lampard has said this morning that football should be made exempt from the coronavirus tiers so that the fans are allowed to continue going to games, obviously socially distanced and with all of the required safety measures taken. Does Ralph agree?
My opinion is what means the supporters in the stadium, that it is always difficult in such a strange time we are in the moment. And in Germany at the moment, they have no fans at all, and they are really struggling with the virus. Definitely have different stress now than we have it here in the moment, but it's still also here the numbers are high. As long as we have a situation like this, I don't want to make the decision, to be honest, and to be responsible for how many people I let somewhere. The only thing I say is when I look sometimes in shopping centers on the weekend or somewhere else, how many people are running there or through the cities in the streets before Christmas, then you can maybe say, okay, but then it can also go in a football stadium. I can only say that I was very happy that they are back, and I would like to have more back. But if it is too risky and it's not on me to discuss or to decide how risky, then you shouldn't do it. And the government has the full responsibility in this part of the politic, and they must make the decisions. I do other decisions also, but by far not so important like the decisions they have to take, and I don't want to take it. And I can live with everything. The more people are coming, the better it is for us, no question. And it would be good if every team, also in tier 3, maybe have a few supporters, because when there are only 500, they can be very noisy. And in their stadium with 80,000 or 60,000, 500 or 1,000 are not really a problem, I think. So for the risk factor, I'm not the guy who must decide it. I don't want to be the guy who must decide it. So let's do them their job. Let's do us our job.
And the second question, will you attack Arsenal, given their fragile confidence, their recent poor form?
Sorry, I didn't understand you quite well.
You cut out a bit, Darren. Can you do that one again?
Sure, of course. Will you attack Arsenal, given your confidence and the way that Burnley were able to win yesterday?
I mean, a game against Arsenal, I mean, you will not dominate them for 90 minutes if you think they can do this if they set back. So we expect them to be very aggressive, like they have been yesterday also, because they must win against us, and this is what you will see from the first moment on. So I expect the best possible team, very aggressive, hunting us, being on the jump, and stressing us. I mean, everything else, would be surprising for me.
And the last question, what can you take from Burnley's win at the Emirates yesterday?
What can you learn? Can you learn anything from listening?
Yeah, I can learn that such a game can easily have a different result, because you saw all the chances they had, and when you look at the details from the Arsenal game, you see that they have played much better than the result was. So don't only look on the result, and you would got to be happy, I think, after the game.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks very much, everyone. Thank you.